Hi everybody, Simon here, Projects in the Barn, and welcome along to another episode. And today we're carrying on with the Porsche Boxster. So I've got a 1999 Porsche Boxster Gen 1, which has got the issue, the common fault with strange goings on with the electronics in terms of the central locking and stuff like that. And look back at the old video, but in a nutshell, basically, one night when it was hammering down with rain for a couple of days, we was getting a strange, horrible whirring noise coming from the area of the fuel filler flap, which sounds like the locking actuator, because when you unlock the car, unlock it either with the remote or with the key in the door, that it's just buzzing and not unlocking the fuel filler flap. And in the same token, I can't unlock the front bonnet, frunk if you're American, or the rear boot or rear trunk if you're American. The levers down in the footwell on the top of the sill are locked solid. So something's stopping the car from opening them when you unlock the vehicle. So I suspected it was this control unit which sits underneath the passenger seat, which is the left seat in the UK because we're right-hand drive. If you're American or other European countries, it's the driver's seat on the left-hand side, but for us it's the passenger seat. And this sits in the footwell, and the footwell was soaking wet. And although where this was situated wasn't too wet, this happened quite a few days ago and it's probably dried out, but it's still wet to the point when I took it out of the car, water was dripping out from the inside, and you can probably see it's still wet in areas here. So I've brought it up to the house to give it a good clean. So my one here, like I say, mine's a 1999 car, and the part number on this one is 99618260006. It's very expensive to buy new. If you get a second-hand one, as I understand it, you've got to have it coded to the car. And you can see my hands there, my fingers are actually getting wet as I handle it. So there's still water inside it. I say I've just brought it up from the car. So I'm hoping this is going to be my problem. So what we're going to do today is undo it. We're going to find all the tabs around the side of the casing, take it apart and give it a good clean using this isopropyl alcohol cleaner. This is actually 99.9%. And again, if you look on the forums online for this particular issue, they do recommend a product of isopropyl between 99.3% and 99.9%. So if you believe the forums, and I've got no reason to doubt it, that's what you need to use to clean this circuit board of any dirt, debris, rust that may have accumulated over the 25 years since it's been on the road. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video here. We can then take this casing apart, see what's underneath there and give it a clean. So yeah, we'll pause the video, I'll set it up again, and then we'll see what's inside. Right, so we've set the camera up now, so hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'll just show you that on the top here so you can see the product numbers and stuff like that. Hopefully you can see M534, then the part number as we've already read. And you can see it's very dirty. Let's give the case a bit of a clean. And if I get my trim tool here, there's lots of tabs along the side here that need untabbing. So we'll just work our way around the box, which is probably going to be a bit fiddly. So it might be better with a flathead screwdriver. Just free it away. That's it, and we're just going to work our way around and doing these tabs. Even my screwdriver's getting wet. Like that, just gently lever them away. There's one here in the middle. I can't see. There we have it. So we'll lift the top away. And we can put that to one side. Yeah, that's very damp. If I just lift this up to the camera, hopefully it's clear enough focused. Just touch the screen there for us, please, darling. In the middle, it should focus in on it. Can you see it all right?
I can see it.
Yeah? So you can still see it's very wet all around the circuit board and a lot of the electronics. So we'll remove it from its case, and we should be able to, where the electric plugs go in, it slots down inside there. So again, if we just push it up from there gently, I'm hoping, there we go, and I'll handle it by that. Oh yeah, look at that inside there. There we go, can you see all that? That's sort of corrosion and dirt collected over the years. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, is it still focused in? Just touch the screen. There we go. My camera can be a bit funny sometimes at zooming in. So yeah, hopefully you can see that. That's pretty gross. So I'll do the case last. I'll put that to one side. So yeah, you can see on there how horrible that is. Yeah, not ideal. There's a little fuse there as well, a little 15 amp fuse, which looks to be intact. So yeah, I think we've found our culprit. So what we want to do is try and dry this thoroughly, but without damaging it. So my tools of choice, I've got a little lint-free polishing cloth here, and I've got a detailing brush, or you could use a toothbrush. And the idea is we want to try and remove any deposits gently and slowly, so we don't disturb anything, just away from the surface, like so. You can see there it's all frothy white goo. Like that, just to remove any dirt. But again, we're just gently going to, without putting any pressure on it at all, I just want to try and remove the moisture from the top of the circuit board. Again, not putting on any pressure, just going to support it by the electrics. So I'm going to go ahead and continue doing that now on the top and the bottom, which will take a while. Again, you don't want to watch all of that. So we'll pause the video again and we'll come back to it once I've dried the circuit board off. So if we pause it there. Right, so we've given a bit of a dry off with the cloth. What I'm going to do, I've got a hairdryer here, which is pretty noisy, so I won't show the whole thing, but we're just going to go over it a little bit with the hairdryer on a warm setting, not the hottest setting, just to try and dry it off a little bit more, just to get into any sort of nooks and crannies. So we're just going to do it gently. And again, if I'm going to handle it, I'll handle it only by the electrical contacts up here. So it's just nice and warm. This needs to be thoroughly dry before we then try and clean it. Because what we don't want to do is put any of the isopropanol on there while there's any moisture, because it'll just mix and not be effective. So yeah, we're just going to do that with the circuit board, nice and gently. I want to dry it all off, and I'll go over both sides of it as well, on the front and the back. And then once it's completely dry, then we will come back and have a go with the isopropanol. So I'll catch you at that stage. Okay, so what we've got, so it's totally dry now, and I'm going to decant some of the isopropanol into an empty container here. In this case, an old yogurt pot. We don't need a lot. And I'll take my seat. We're just going to, with the soft brush, gently start to clean away over the circuit board. And you don't need to soak it like what I've just done, but it's quite fast drying. But I want to do it down the circuit board so the dirt continues to flow down. If I work this way up, any dirt or detritus is going to run back down on the dirty parts again. So I'm going to start at the top like this, just going super gently. Just want to remove any stubborn stains, any traces of rust. Even from how I can see it now, it's come up a million times better than it was. I know we're losing the light here a little bit. I'm doing this, it's sort of got on the evening, so I've got the house lights on. I'm just taking my time. Just going over, let's say, all this circuitry. Just nice and gentle. And hopefully you can see it's coming up a lot brighter, where you can see the dirt coming down on the tea towel. Look. So I'm going to carry on doing this now on both sides of the circuit board. So again, we can pause the video. You don't need to see me do all of this. So yeah, we'll pause it there. Once I've totally cleaned it all down with the alcohol, then dried it off again, we'll come back to you. So I say we're just doing the back side of the circuit board again, or not again, as well, I should say. And I'm just using the same brush, dipping it in the alcohol and just gently going over the solders here. And there's like the printed circuit board, I guess. Hopefully you can see. Like I say, we're losing some of the light. But it's just important, we've gone to the hassle of taking it out of the car. We want to get it as clean as we possibly can, so we don't want to be doing it again. So it's just important to take your time and just go over all these bits. I say apply no pressure. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going now on the back of the circuit board as well, and then we'll make sure it's totally dry, and then we'll look to the case to get the case clean, so we can look to reassemble it. I think I might replace that fuse as well. In fact, let's pull that fuse out while I'm cleaning. Just getting careful. Oh yeah, can you see that fuse there? So although it's intact, it's pretty manky. Yeah, and wet. Actually, no, it's not. It's just. So yeah, I think we'll pop a new fuse in as well. I'll just put it back in for now. But yeah, we'll put a new fuse in there as well. So yeah, I'm going to carry on cleaning, and I'll come back to you when we look to clean the case up. Right, so I've got here now. I've just got some cocktail sticks and some cotton wool bud. I'll just dip that in the alcohol. And basically, any areas I think might need a bit more of a clean, especially like some of these bigger ones. I can use that. Hopefully you can see there the dirt coming off. And again, let's get in behind here. where these contacts are. Because I guess it's I need to clean the printed board as much as I do the soldered areas. Yeah, you can see there, dirt coming off from that. So basically we want all these contacts nice and bright. I say doing it on the brush is great for getting off like the general dirt, and this is just going to give me more control over these areas. And if you can see there the dirt that's coming off from that. So yeah, I will I think work my way around the board like that. And yeah, get as clean as I can. I'm using no pressure at all, but you can definitely see it getting brighter. As I rub away. I've even put my glasses on for this. I'm a new glasses wearer. Look how dirty that is, look, can you see that? So yeah, we'll pause the video again there, and then I'll probably just come back to the video now once I've gone through everything and cleaned everything up. So see you in a minute, guys. Right, so that's the circuit board all cleaned off. And I hope you'll agree that is loads better than it was before. Nice and bright, nice and dry, and nice and clean. And hopefully, I'll put that one side a minute, you'll be able to see from all these cotton buds here how horrible and dirty it was, if you can see them. So pretty disgusting. So I'm happy with that. Again, we will replace the fuse, so I'll just put that to one side for a minute. So we're going to turn our attention to the case, and all I'm going to do with this, again, we'll clean it out with the brush with some of the isopropyl. This is just plastic, so I'm just going to get there with the brush first of all, try and break down any heavy soiling and deposits. You can see how milky it is. Like so. Really get into all the different nooks and crannies. And just let that do its thing. And again, this is pretty clean, but while it's out, we got a bit of contamination in the corners. So I'm just going to, again, work around it all with the brush. And before it dries and goes to a powder, what I want to try and do is get in there with the cloth. Try and dry it off. So this way we can pick up any of the dirt that's still on the alcohol without it drying. Because the thing is with alcohol, like I say, it evaporates quickly, but if the dirt's not taken away, we'll just be left with like a chalky, dusty, you see the dirt there, with a chalky, dusty horrible mess still. So if I can try and bring it back to its original condition, that would be grand. I've been here racking my brains thinking about how I can sort of future-proof myself if water manages to get in the car again. But the thing you'll always be fighting against is the cables. Getting the cables to effectively come in to make the connections to this box will always be a weak point. So I think it's just a case of, you know, it's lasted 25 years, keeping my drains clear, or at least finding the source of where the water was coming in. And like I say, just being a bit careful. So it's one of the jobs I was going to do, and I was going to film it, and like I say, I never got around to doing, so I wish I had now, because I probably wouldn't be doing this. There we go. So that's proper. Come up nice. And we'll do the same. This one, nice but clean cloth. I'll just wipe it all around. There we go, right. There we have it. So I think what we'll do now is we'll put it back, the case back together again. Then we can probably finish this particular video up. So if we start with this one first, we'll just clean around the outside edges here first as well. I'll say I won't forget the fuse. I'll try not to forget the fuse. Okay, so we're going to start with these electrical connectors here. I'll just make sure that you can see what I'm doing first of all, and that the whole thing's in the shot. So I'll ask my glamorous assistant to double check for me that we can see what we're doing on the camera.
What am I looking for, sorry?
Can you see all that all right?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, that's all, thank you.
Is that it?
You may return back to Strictly. So we're going to hold it by the electrical connections again. And we want to line up these grooves in the electrical connectors with these cutouts in the box. There's little lugs here that we need to sit it on. So we're just going to gently line it up. Like so. I don't want to put any real pressure on it. But we just want that to, see if I turn it around, so you can see there, it sits down nicely inside the housing and it's sitting square. So do not push down on one side, because there's a real possibility you could crack the case in there. That all looks good to me. And then the same with this one now. We just want to slide this over the top. Make sure we've got the case going around the connector okay, which we have. And click it down into position, like so. We'll just check around all the edges, that it's back in place, which it is. And that's great. And I say, so there we have it, that's all back together. And what I'm going to do with where the fuse goes, which is here, I will spray a little bit of contact cleaner in there, and I'll work a tiny little screwdriver just into the edges just to try and clean away any deposits that's in there, just to make sure that that's okay. In fact, I could just use the isopropyl that I've got here. I've got a small screwdriver set here. So again, I'll just dip that in the end, and I'll just push it down into the where the fuse goes. We can sort of just gently wiggle it about side to side, just where you know the fuse is going to go. You can do it by feel. Like so. And that'll probably do for the unit being cleaned. Just give the top a wipe over. There we go. And I think that should do us. Right, let me see if I can tilt the camera up so you can see me. Not that you all want to particularly see me, but hopefully be able to see me. No?
Like
right, my glamorous assistant.
How do I do it? Yeah.
There?
Yeah.
Is the lamp in the way?
A little bit, yeah. That's better.
Right, hopefully you can see me. So there we go. That's the control unit all put back together again, ready to go in the car. But before I can put it back in the car, I need to dry the car out completely, clean all the electrical connectors of the car as well, and then we can go for a reinstall. So I think we're going to finish this particular episode here. So on that note, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos that I'm putting out there. And as you've seen over the last few weeks, we've got loads going on the channel with the Jaguar XKR, my Jaguar XF, the Porsche Boxster now, and my fleet of Volkswagen vans that are in various stages of restoration for sale and otherwise. So yeah, excuse me, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. I do reply to every single comment that you guys put on there for me. I do really appreciate it, and I enjoy reading all of them. And if you haven't done so yet, can you please hit the subscribe button? It costs you guys absolutely nothing, but it works wonders for the channel and helps other people access and find my channel more easily when you search. And give it a thumbs up, like the video, share it with like-minded friends and family. And I will see you next time on Projects in the Barn for more fun on all my vehicles. Take care, everybody. We'll see you all soon. Bye for now.